When I was 21 years old, I embarked on what would become the most difficult experience of my life up until that point. I moved away from my hometown in Littleton, Colorado, to Houston, Texas, a city where I didn't know anyone or have any friends, to become a salesman for the summer. I was going to sell pest control services door to door. I had a goal to sell one service per week. It was a reasonable goal, and it was one that had been met by first time salesmen before me, so I felt like it was a good thing for me to shoot for. The first week on the job, I met that goal. I sold one service every single day the first week on the job. However, after that, things quickly went downhill. My second week, I only sold three, and after that, for a month, I didn't sell a single service. I was extremely discouraged, and I was going into debt. I couldn't afford my apartment. I couldn't afford my car insurance or the gas to keep my car on the road, and I could barely afford to keep food in my belly. It was a brutal, discouraging time in my life. I tried to have a positive attitude as best I could, and so I didn't really tell my parents or my siblings what was going on. I didn't really seek a ton of outside help, except from my sales managers, who could give me advice on how to be a better salesman. One day, completely unsolicited, my mom told me while I was on the phone that I could do hard things. She said that I'd done hard things before and I could do hard things again, and this was just an example of a time when I needed to do hard things. Armed with her advice, I entered the workforce again the next day with a new determination and a new desire to be successful. I still wasn't very successful. I still didn't really sell very well. I was having a really hard time. Something about the job just didn't fit, and it just was not working. But every day I woke up, my feet hit the floor, and I tried to do the best I could. About a month later, my sales manager pulled me aside and, pointing to my pretty terrible sales numbers, said that this might not be the best job for me. I wholeheartedly agreed. He said that I had a few options. He said that I could go back home to Colorado. They would release me from my contract, not charge me any kind of penalties or anything like that, and I could go home, try and find a job, and salvage the summer. Or I could move to another city and try and do sales there and see if another city's particular demographic would work a little bit better for the kind of salesman that I was. The third option that he gave me was the one that I was least attracted to. He said that I could be a technician there in Houston. Instead of selling, I would actually perform the pest control. I was reluctant to take this position, but it seemed like the best choice given the circumstances, and so I accepted the position. My first day as a technician, it was a 180-degree turnaround. I was amazing at being a technician. I was good at listening to customers' concerns and assuaging their fears and prescribing the right kind of products for their particular problems. It was a wonderful experience. And it was one that I only got to after a long, dreary, depressing time. Now, whenever I look back at that time, I think, I can do hard things. I did that. I can take whatever comes in the future.